Why, hello there YouTube and welcome to a Who review. I am Davros and I'm a Whovian, and today I am reviewing The Three Doctors. So this is the 10th anniversary special, or the first serial of season 10, where the Timelords are under threat by some powerful force draining their energy into a black hole, and they recruit the Doctor to help them, and they find one Doctor isn't enough, so they get his two past incarnations to help stop the evil Omega, who is the first of the Time Lords, who is exiled to an alternate universe of matter, and he's driven mad by his exile, and only one thing is on his mind, and that is revenge. And of course the Three Doctors are aided by Jo Grant and Unit as well. So that's the plot there. So what did I like about this one? Well, this actually was meant to celebrate 10 years of the show, and it was also the start of the 10th season of the show, and probably at that time no science fiction show had lasted as long as Doctor Who has at the time, and it's still running to this very day, a long running franchise. And so I mean, like I say, this didn't technically air on the 10th anniversary of the show, but it more or less, sort of was there to kick off 10 years of celebrating the show. So yeah, I liked Jon Pertwee playing the Doctor. He was just brilliant as always, with Patrick Troughton also returning to his role, and he just, both of them having that on-screen dilemma where they squabble with one another, and they just, bicker, and then they put their differences aside to stop Omega. And also, we got the return of William Hartnell playing, his Doctor, the first Doctor, the original, you might say, for the first time since he exited the show. And of course we got, Nicholas Courtney as the Brigadier, and, Jo Grant, Katy Manning as Jo Grant, helping out there. And we even got a good villain, Omega, who has only ever appeared twice in the show. And I think he's long overdue a return, don't you, to the show. I also think, I also liked, the visual effects that they had available to them at the time. Of course, with it being 1972, 1973, the effects were not going to be brilliant, but I think they still hold up. Omega, he was, quite big in this, intimidating, only for him to take the mask off and reveal to be nothing at all, because he's been there for so long and driven mad. And, we still see some chaos unfolding and that with, time and everything. And, this was also the first ever multi-Doctor story we got in the show. So, all in all, it's a pretty decent story. I will say this though, one negative I've got to say is William Hartnell's presence. Now, when it was the Three Doctors on screen, it was the Three Doctors, and did feature, the Three Doctors, but we never really got to see a scene where all three of them were, together. I mean, we saw William Hartnell as the Doctor on a monitor, but that can't be helped due to William Hartnell's health at the time. Like I say, William Hartnell had to leave the show for health problems, and at this point he'd really deteriorated. He really was, quite ill. But I still appreciate his, him making the time to come back and play the Doctor. He was on a monitor. He was given his lines behind the camera on a big card to read out. So, I can understand completely why William Hartnell wasn't able to do a scene with Jon Pertwee and Patrick Troughton on actual screen. But however, they did get together to do set photos and that, which was good enough for me, I'd say. I think it was good. And, you know, I've got to say, this is a fun serial, and this was a good way to mark the show reaching its 10th series and its 10th year at that time. And of course, about another decade later, we would get another special, you know, with the 5 Doctors, and then another one, Dimensions in Time, which we'll get to them. We'll get to them, but for now, I'm reviewing the 3 Doctors. So this, all in all, is a good serial. They had some good performances, some good storytelling there from Bob Baker and Dave Martin, who, you know, were great writers for the show. So let's get to my ratings. Performances, I'll give them a 9. The writing, an 8. The visuals, a 7. And my personal, I'll give it an 8. Yeah, I think that's good enough. So there you are. There is my Who review for Doctor Who, the 3 Doctors. So have you seen this one? Let me know down in the comments below if you have, and if you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and to share it with your friends, and to feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I have been Davros the Whovian, and this has been a Who review. So until next time, run for your life.